Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lowcow morality tier list. I have 19 different people and I'm going to rank them in terms of morality on a scale from pure evil to pure good. This list is purely subjective and feel free to disagree with any of my placements in the comments. Our first entry is the infamous Christine Weston Chandler, the poster child of all Lowcows, if you will. It's going to come as a surprise to nobody that Chris is a pretty terrible person overall. Even before the whole Barb situation, she's done some pretty bad things. From harassing one of her few female friends and drawing porn of her, to pepper spraying a GameStop employee because of the color of Sonic's arms. It's safe to say Chris has some sins she needs to atone for. I'd say her only mitigating factor, if any, is her mental illness and her pretty terrible life and upbringing. They were neglected for a large portion of her life. Only to have groups of people constantly troll and trick them for over a decade. Regardless, they can sit comfortably in the near pure evil column. Next up is Mr. President Daniel Larson. This dude is like the fucking Judge Holding of Lowcows. He's easily the worst person on this list and it's not even close. If I went over every one of his crimes, this video would be 4 hours long, and plenty of those videos already exist. Pedo, dine and dasher, property destroyer, elder abuser. I mean, the list just goes on and on, man. 100% pure evil. Not a single doubt in my mind. Boogie2988 is up next. Boogie is just a fucking loser. He had everything and he lost it because of his own horrible decisions. He's quite literally his own worst enemy. He did some pretty terrible things as well, like lying about cancer, scamming his fans, screaming at his ex-wife, and currently dating someone who's like a quarter of his age. All in all, a pretty terrible guy, but do I think he meets the standards of Christian or Daniel? No, not even close. He did some past work for charity, and I believe, at least before scamming them, he did truly somewhat value his fan base. He's definitely on the worst side, but I'd say he falls into inconsistently heinous. Andy Ditch. Let me begin by saying that out of every single person on this list, Andrew is far and away my least favorite. I fucking hate this guy so much. I don't find him ironically funny or interesting. He's just this insufferable man-child who likes to fake mental illness so people can clean his shit. Literally his shit. If that wasn't enough, he's also a complete sociopath who makes his family's lives a living hell. He cries, he screams, he insults them. He's even fucking poisoned them. I wish nothing but the worst for Andrew Ditch, and I pray his remaining family are rid of him for the rest of their lives. Pure evil. Fuck this guy. Joshua Block, aka World of T-Shirts, is a bit more of a conflicted case than our previous ones. He's known for his extreme outbursts, which often turn physical, in the infamous case of him stomping on a fish. But in my opinion, and you could call me cruel, I don't give a shit about him killing a fish. The thing probably didn't even register what was going on. But his modern day freakouts can get pretty bad. There's even a case of him punching a guy in the back of the head. But you have to take into account that literally everyone and their grandmother likes to harass this guy and piss him off as much as possible, even while knowing he's an autistic alcoholic. He also hangs around people who don't care about his well-being, like Mr. Bass, Jack Doherty, and Danny Duncan. Overall, I just feel bad for the guy, and I don't think he's nearly as bad as other people I mentioned. He is still violent, so I'd consider him inconsistently heinous. Fed Smoker is a schizophrenic, self-proclaimed vigilante. He's like Chris Farley's meth-addicted younger brother. Ironically, despite being one of the most mentally ill people on this list, I think he's one of the few who actually has good intentions. He's known for going on this cross-country venture to bust dirty cops and get justice by exposing them via his videos. In reality, he's just harassing random officers or security guards with the perceived notion that he's exposing corrupt officials. Even though what he's doing isn't very productive, it's worth noting that he genuinely believes that he's making a difference to help others. He's the very definition of chaotic good. And I think he's going to be our first inconsistently admirable on the list. Jupiter the Hybrid. This is one of the strangest specimen here on the list. He's mostly known for claiming to be part vampire or wolf or some shit. Oh, and also texting minors, like a lot of minors. He's been a bit of a problem since childhood and has a string of controversies and rumors that follow him. and none of them good. Most of these sources are from his sister and this girl Linda Binda, who tricks him into exposing all kinds of secrets. He's also just a pathological liar who claims he was once a hacker, a thief, he can bring objects to life. Overall, I couldn't find anything positive about this dude, and I'm comfortable putting him in the pure evil column. Next up, we got the man, Justin RPG. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love this fucking guy. I couldn't find anything about him doing something malicious or immoral. All he does is make this weird fetish art about giant Pokemon with himself poorly photoshopped alongside them. He's obsessed with this Pokemon Reshiram and getting eaten by it. Bizarre, sure, but evil? I don't think so. I'd rather he be obsessed with giant Pokemon than children. More than I could say for half of these other people. Oh, and I can't forget he makes song parodies about his love for Reshiram. Take a listen to one of these absolute bangers.
Yo, yo, yo! Ah!
I love Reshiram. I am married to Reshiram. Reshiram, I love.
Yeah, he's going into pure good. Fight me, dillweed. The gothic bad boy of Casper, King Cobra JFS. He's gotta be another one of my personal favorites. Similar to Justin, there's zero indication he's any sort of reprehensible behavior. He did get his pet lizard Puff lost and probably killed due to his lack of care, but I don't really consider that evil. It was just a mistake. Everything I could find showing him doing something bad was either very minor or not even his fault. He seems like a pretty chill and positive guy who really doesn't deserve the harassment he receives. I mean, the guy got swatted just because people find it funny. I like Cobra, and he seems like a genuine good guy. I'd put him in the near pure good. Leslie Clark. I don't have much to say about them, but they do seem like a shitty person. This chick is just terrible, honestly. She's racist, cruel to her grandmother, and caught lusting for minors essentially every week. She stole her grandmother's car and even got convicted because of it. Just completely irredeemable, and she can sit in the pure evil column. Low tier god, probably one of the most normal of these freak shows, but he's honestly not much better than any of them. Just a pure scumbag, really. A complete egomaniac who thinks he can do nothing wrong despite being an abject failure. A deadbeat dad, he's very wrathful and extremely unlikable. He's mostly seen streaming fighting games and shit-talking everyone he interacts with. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. He doesn't meet the heinous standards as a lot of these other people, but he's still a complete douchebag with zero redeemable qualities. Near pure evil. Now we got the diaper degenerate, Nova Online. Yet another minor enjoyer. I don't know what it is with every single Lowcow being a predator, but it seems to apply to 90% of them. He's just gross and not a very good person. He's an age regressor, which by itself isn't evil, but he seems to only do it with young people, which is pretty gross and immoral. Despite all that and not downplaying his crimes, he's pretty harmless and just some freak that doesn't do much. Near pure evil for Nova. Mr. Teir. He's a relatively new addition to the Lowcow scene. He's known for his unhealthy obsession with pee-pee. I don't even think it's a fetish, he just seems to really like piss for some reason. He creates piss nukes, piss meals, and of course, piss air. Despite his gross and unhealthy hobby, he seems like a pretty okay guy. During his live stream with Canel Joseph, his house was invaded by people planning on robbing or jumping him, and despite them being armed, Mr. Teir stood his ground with a bottle of piss on his side, defending everybody in the house. What a goddamn madman. That shit took balls, and for that reason, he's going in near pure good. But he has to clean up his fucking room. Terry A. Davis, God's lonely man. He's easily the most unwell of all these people, mentally speaking. The guy has severe schizophrenia, even worse than Fed smokers. He is, without a doubt, not in control of his mind. He's mostly known for his creation of Temple OS, an operating system he created to talk with God. Yeah, he's completely off his fucking rocker. He has these paranoid delusions that the CIA is out to get him and is constantly ranting about them. He's a big fan of slurs and says the N-word every other sentence. I don't even think he says them out of hatred, it's just his regular vocabulary. He was also a completely normal guy prior to his psychosis and was doing very well in his field of web design. Overall, his life is really sad, and I don't even consider him a lowcow. He unfortunately passed away in late 2018, and I truly hope he is at peace. Inconsistently heinous. Tofiachu, another predator, not texting minors, but looking at some questionable videos. She's not incredibly noteworthy in all honesty, just some TikTok creator who's known for begging for money and scamming her fans. She probably has one of the worst lives out of everyone on this list. Recently, her brother was killed in a carjacking while her mother was shot alongside him, while she was in the car. Her father was also incarcerated for breaking and entering, leaving her completely alone. Genuinely terrible. I don't wish any of that upon anyone. Regardless, it doesn't exonerate her of her crimes, so I think it puts her in the near pure evil column. Uwe Lilia, the Rain Man of video games. I'm technically cheating putting him on the list because I don't think anyone considers him a lolcow. He's a social recluse with a myriad of strange behaviors and phobias. Obsessed with Bubsy the Bobcat. I believe he has thousands of hours on Bubsy 3D. He's just an incredibly interesting internet character, but not a very funny one. He's the best, morally speaking, out of everybody on this list. He's kind to his family, has no record of him doing anything bad at all, and he's incredibly kind to both his audience and anybody he meets. Uwe Lilia is great, and I hope for only the best for him and his family. I had only wished that he'd pick an easier name for me to pronounce. Pure good. Up next we got Wings of Redemption. He's like a mix of Boogie and Low Tier God, constantly upset with his audience and a complete failure. He got in trouble recently for throwing his wife on a table during a Lowcow live stream. The podcast is him, Boogie, and Keemstar talking about nothing for 2 hours. He's kind of like a dollar store Tony Soprano.
Circle.
Constantly crying about his life while doing nothing to change it. He's remarkably uninteresting and one of my least favorite people on the list. There's essentially nothing good about him, and he's known for saying reprehensible things in his past, which I guess you could say shouldn't represent him now, but he hasn't changed one bit. He's just as bitter and evil as he was in 2010. He chalks it up to shock jock humor, which is an easy excuse, but it doesn't apply when what you said isn't phrased as jokes. That's about all I have to say about Wings, just a pathetic blob with no real redeemable qualities. Pure evil. Pamperchew. Similar to Nova, he's a big fan of diapers, while also being much more vocal about his obsession, unfortunately. There are countless videos of him experimenting, wearing, and microwaving diapers. Yeah, he's fucking gross. Not only the diaper obsession, but he's also claimed to enjoy talking with minors and killing squirrels. Yeah, serial killer in the making. A very vile creature, and he's easily going into pure evil. He might be just as bad as Daniel Larson, if not worse. Last and probably not least, we got Darkside Phil. He's just kind of a dick, essentially a white low-tier god. I don't find him to be particularly evil, unlike a lot of other people, but he isn't very likable either. I don't like him or his content because it's just him shit-talking his audience or the game he's playing. I don't find it to be particularly interesting based on what I've found, but due to the lack of any horrible actions, I'd put him in inconsistently heinous, but he's definitely on the lower end. And that concludes my lolcow morality tier list. I hope you enjoyed this meaningless nonsense. I sincerely thank you for watching and hope you found this at least somewhat entertaining. I don't plan on making this channel primarily focusing on lolcows, but I just thought of this stupid idea while working and felt like making it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you when I see you.
Shit, man. I don't really believe all this stuff. Be cool.